I can't believe this, bro.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Wow. What a game. What a win. What a comeback. Oh, man. Yo, bro, this is one of those moments where the Knicks fan, I don't know when it's going to sink in to relax. I don't know when it's going to sink in to just, all right, take a deep breath. Let's go over this game.
Right.
Because I'm still, CK, living in that moment. I'm still living in this movie of Jalen Brunson back-to-back threes over the Celtics. I'm still living in this moment of, for that little bit of possessions, it was like 2 possessions, we had the lead. And then when I think it was Tatum, somebody in the Celtics came back and they took the lead again, it felt right there in the fourth. It felt like, all right, here comes the Celtics. They're going to be the champ. You know what I mean? Like we had the opportunity. We could have taken the chance. I think we were up 4, and then we blew that 4-0 lead. And then at that moment, I know there's some doubt that creeped in because you just feel, man, is this team going to give us multiple opportunities? And I'm still in that moment. And we still were able to, pull it off. But the special thing about this, CK, is when you have certain players in the team under so much scrutiny, under so much pressure, under so much criticism, and they actually don't have the great statistical game, but they were part of the victory. They can go in the team bus and feel like they actually contributed. Even Karl-Anthony Towns with the tip-in. Like even that right there, that's important. When Jalen Brunson had the clear lane, he missed it, and Towns tipped it over and hit the bucket. He gets to join the club. Mikal Bridges. Oh, my God. Boy, was it frustrating for the first, 4 quarters.
Yeah. And,
for sure. And somehow I was telling myself, if we could just keep it close, there's something about Mikal and a knack to make the clutch defensive plays. It's like somehow for the first, like the inconsistency throughout the game is frustrating, but it's something he does mentally rise to the occasion from a focus standpoint, from a concentration standpoint, when the moment kind of elevates and he's really on an island having to figure it out. Like, here you go, brother. Figure it out. Get a stop. Get a steal. Get a block. He had 2 steals, a block, and a huge 3 in overtime. And don't tell me in the chat that when it went into overtime and it's going on to the commercial break, you're not thinking to yourself, not that you didn't think we were not going to win, but you thought, oh man, 5 more minutes. These guys are launching threes. It's going to be really difficult to do this. It's going to be really difficult to do this because it reminded me of the last game that we went into overtime. And when you're on the road and you continue to give the other team an opportunity, sometimes it's not enough. And boy, we somehow made this happen. And I think this is the best case scenario that it happened in the comeback fashion, in the fourth, in overtime, and again, with guys in foul trouble, with Deuce McBride off the bench, even campaign here and there. Even, how about the hacker Mitch? It actually low-key worked against Missoula in the second half. You know why? Because with the Porzingis being out, Cornette and the other guys accumulated fouls, and now he couldn't do the hacker Mitch early because you're not going to have enough bigs to finish the game. So because of the way they won, CK, and the level of just physicality that it took, the bad calls that it took against us, it can only build their character, their resolve, and their mental toughness. And I'll say this to end it. This is another game adding to the whole Detroit Pistons narrative that I talked about where I felt the Pistons series was going to prepare this team from a mental standpoint because of how gritty, how physical, and how tough it was. You saw the reward of it tonight. When we was getting smoked and everyone was saying, yup, this is what it is. We just can't beat this team. They're just better than us. We're just not good enough. We're not going to figure it out. We're going to get swept. We'll be lucky to win a game. I know those thoughts were creeping in. When that happened, guess what? In the season, it would have turned out that way. Tonight, it didn't. And they responded. And here we are, baby. Up 1-0.
Come on, man. This ain't regular season. This is not regular season. There was just that feeling. There's just that feeling amongst the real ones that knew, like, yes, this season did not look great when we played against this team. It felt like we started to figure out the last 2 times we played Boston, but it just did not look right. And here we are in this game. We start out okay, but somehow we were just hanging on. We were just hanging around this team throughout the time. They finally started to make their shots. I think they got the lead to about 20. But even then, you started to see the shots start to miss again. JD, they put up 60 threes, made 15 of them. 60 threes. This is what this team's identity is. They're going to shoot the ball. Yes, there's going to be those opportunities where they do make a good amount of them in a row, especially if you're going to leave them open for that. But we saw in a prime example today, even in the clutch, shout out to, I think it was Drew Holiday that made that three you were talking about that gave them that lead. But immediately after that, they went away from it. Shot wasn't falling. And what did the Knicks do? Fought through that. That is something we did not get blessed enough to see this regular season that had some Knicks fans worried. The fight, but it was there tonight. And when does it matter the most? Game 1 in Boston to start off a series where we're seeing all of the stats and all of the predictions. Knicks or Celtics in 5, Celtics in 6. We're even hearing those wahoos all over on the wayside over in Boston talking about it's going to be a sweep. Well, now you got to figure it out.
Shout out to another one of our sponsors of the night, Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm. Shout out to our friends at Morgan & Morgan. With over 35 years of service, Morgan & Morgan has your back. Over $25 billion recovered and over 500,000 clients served. Our guys at Morgan & Morgan have been fighting for you for 35 years. So listen, if you have been injured, you deserve to be paid. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that their fee is free unless you get paid. So make sure you call them today, man. You can use the website forthepeople.com/KFTV or dial pound law on your cell phone, which is pound 529 to get in touch with our guys at Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured, you might have a case, and our guys at Morgan & Morgan will fight for you. And like I said, it's free unless you win. So once again, go to forthepeople.com/KFTV or pound 529 to get in contact with our guys at Morgan & Morgan today. From the beginning, when looking at this game, I said this game is here for the taking. It's here for the taking. If they want it. You know, we were able to withstand the Hart foul trouble, the Towns foul trouble, and, you know, when both of them picked up their first, their seconds, you know, Hart's second was like, you're on the road, you're hooking Tatum on a transition play. You can't do that. So he picked up his second. He got into a little bit of trouble. The Town situation, second, you know, when Tatum caught him on the pump fake, people were like, you know, Tibbs should challenge. I thought it was too early to challenge. So you leave it alone, and they put him out there on the bench. But either way, they were able to withstand that. And when they did that, I said, okay, this game is right there. This game is right there for the taking. Even when they were down 15 points, what was the largest lead for the Celtics? 15?
They got to 20.
20.
They got to 20.
Even then, in the second half, I said, this is still not the Celtics we're used to. Like, this game is there. The Knicks just keep chipping away. And, you know, in all the shows that we did this week, and we did a lot of shows this week, the question was always about the captain. You know, can Jalen handle the pressure? Can he do this? I said, yo, he's a constant. I told Dex, I said, Captain Clutch eats pressure for breakfast. Don't worry about him. All you need to worry about is keeping it close so that he can get you to the W. Keep it close. And the guys that kept it close, I don't even want to start with Cap because Cap, we know what Cap can do. This is our guy. We're used to this by now. Wingstop. 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 The dog was phenomenal tonight. Phenomenal. The threes, even when you thought you had him with the, breaking up his dribble, he still found the right looks. And Mikal Bridges, sensational. It wasn't even about the points. Mikal Bridges in the playoffs is doing what you need him to do. Because look, it's only one ball, right? It's only one ball. Everybody's not going to be able to have their shine and have their 20, 30-point moments. You want Cap and Cat to do that and lead the way. But what Mikal is doing right now is the necessary things to get this team a W. The 50-50 balls, the defense, the clutch stop. 3 seconds left. He's stealing a ball from Jalen Brown. Give me that. Oh, my goodness. That is the New York grit. That is what we wanted here. When we traded the 5 picks, you're like, man, these are superstar type of transaction. This is what we need from them. But really with this team, you need that from Mikal Bridges on some nights. When you talk about dialing it back and sacrificing and doing the little things, Mikal Bridges was amazing tonight.
How about his emotion?
The emotion. This is the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. This is why when people are watching a game with diapers on, talking about first round exit and this team, this team, that, this is the ride. You got to enjoy the ride, man, because nights like this, you just don't know in the playoffs, man. And this team just might be coming together at the right time. And at the same time, the reason why when everybody says, and even Josh Hart was saying like, yo, the playoffs, it's different. This is not the playoffs. This is not the regular season. The playoffs are different. Look, game 82 is different than game 1. Look at how the Celtics look physically. Jalen Brown is not himself. Drew Holiday is not himself. Kristaps left after the first quarter. What's going on with him? Right? You just don't know what can happen here. Cleveland is going through the same situation. This is why you have to wait and see. Let everything play out before you analyze. You can't judge game 67, game 48. None of that matters. It's a random night in the regular season. If they look good, great. If they look bad, hey, we'll see what happens the next night. These are the nights that you got to lock in and see what this team is made of. And this team kept it together. And like I said, keep it close because Cap will deliver. Now, look, the Celtics shot 63s. They weren't as impactful tonight. Game 2, hey, maybe they get more calls. Maybe the shots fall their way. But this was important to take home court advantage, get the split at the very least. And the Knicks were able to do that tonight. We'll see what happens on Wednesday, but I am very encouraged with the way this team played. Defensively, we were saying, hey, switch everything and live and die with it. Yep. Switch everything and live and die with the results. That's what Tibbs did in the onset. And that's it. They got it done. You got to go with it. So, I'm happy with the game plan. I'm very, very proud of Winston. Yo, the dog was sensational tonight. Bridges, amazing, bro. How about Deuce? What I tell my guys?
Hold on. Before Deuce, since you're on topic with the wings.
Yeah.
How about that demon, that $200 million guy, CP? Tell me about how was that moment at the watch party when he dunked.
Oh, the dunk.
And kicked Tatum and that monster jam with the and one foul. That had to be a big moment there at the event. Bro, that guy was a demon. Tatum 7 of 23, and out of the 7 shots he made, not 7 were on him because a lot of those were these Hail Mary threes he hit. Yeah. 7 of 23. Jason Tatum going 4 points, 1 of 9 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3 between the fourth quarter and overtime. Bro, like a lot of those big threes that OG hit in the comeback that we're not going to talk about, but kept us in the game. Bro, that he earned his money tonight. CP.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 20, especially because you didn't even get the best of Karl Anthony Towns. You didn't get the best of him. So somebody had to step up. And the dog did that. 29 points, bro. 10 of 20 shots, 50% from the field. Better than 50 from 3. And his defense was great. Got a steal. When was that steal where they got out to the races in transition? Right? Was that third quarter or fourth quarter? I don't remember. I got to look at the tape.
That was fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter. Yeah.
This is why you give him the money.
When it matters, yep.
All you need is for him to stay healthy. But this is why you give him the money. The dog has been great.
He's been doing that too. That's crazy, CP. You just said it. All you need is for him to stay healthy. He's been doing that this season. He's healthy.
He's been doing it. The dog has been great. And you know, we've been fortunate to have his former coach Tom Crean on the show multiple times, man. And he said it, man. And he's like, yo, like, this is the best we've seen OG Anunoby going into the playoffs. And he was right. And the dog has been delivering consistently. And it's not easy to be a two-way force. But OG Anunoby's doing that, man. He's doing it. And, you know, the efficiency off the charts because, especially in the half court when, you know, the Knicks offense did not come easy tonight. So for him to be that bailout guy when you don't have Karl Anthony Towns in the game and Brunson's trying to figure it out, those were major plays by OG Anunoby tonight. Major plays by him tonight. You know, you're talking about 29 points of pure impact. If you guys have a small and medium-sized business, our guys at LinkedIn will help you find the next top talent today at LinkedIn Jobs. And the best thing about LinkedIn Jobs is that you can post your job description and you put it in there. LinkedIn will find you the qualified candidates. And then you can go ahead and schedule the interview and find the right person for your team. The best part about LinkedIn as well is that it's a social media network. So you can use the overall logo or the overall graphics that says you're hiring. That way your whole entire network will know that you're looking for the best and the best and brightest talent. So make sure you go to linkedin.com/KFTV to post your job for free. That's right. LinkedIn.com/KFTV to post your job for free today. Terms and conditions apply.
Breaking news, Alex. How you feeling? You were live for it. And from a level 1 to 10 family-friendly show, how sober are you? Alex, take it away.
What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing, CK. They ain't talking about nothing. Damn. Whoa, let's go, baby.
Did you make it out there?
Yeah, you okay? You okay?
Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. Get into this arena today. I can't tell you the amount of arrogance that was in the air in Boston. I cannot tell you.
Here we go. The stadium report. Here we go.
I can't tell you how bad the arrogance in Bostonians today. They're like, oh, you guys think you're going to win tomorrow? You think you guys going to win today? Oh, you know, I can't understand why New York Knicks fans coming all the way from New York to come represent for a team. They ain't going to win today. Shut up. That's what I got to tell all you. Shut up. Because why? We came here, we conquered, we delivered. My God. Dude, I can't. The performance from everyone tonight. And look, there were guys that just did not have it, right? We saw Campaign didn't have it. Parts of the game, Towns was in foul trouble. We saw that he didn't have it. But you know what they did? They made critical plays at critical moments, okay? I look at that fourth quarter after coming out of the half, and it's like, yo, we're going to be down 20? We ain't going to be awake. We're going to have a third quarter of doom? But no, they pulled themselves together. Tibbs trusted his guys. Tibbs was mixing and matching with that rotation, man. Throwing the Celtics off. Getting them out of rhythm. saying, all right, you guys want to shoot threes? We're not going to go to our simple drop coverage anymore. We're going to close out onto you and make you work for all of them. Yeah, Tatum, you're not going to get easy looks. Yeah, Brown, you're not going to get easy looks. Okay? These guys were doing everything possible tonight. Possible. You obviously got to give the shout out to Jalen Brunson. That man was clutch. You got to give the shout out to OG Anunoby, who was playing tough, man. Absolutely tough. You talk for part of the game, he was the leading scorer for the New York Knicks. That man was had over 20 points before Jalen Brunson. That man had no fear tonight, even after he got blocked by Luke Cornett. Still shocked that even happened. But that man went out there and executed like there was no other. Guarding Tatum, guarding Brown, guarding Horford. That man was on a mission tonight. Okay? Obviously, we got Brunson doing his damn thing in the fourth quarter, making big shots. How about that big three to tie it up?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. This game, look, man, this game just says a lot about the New York Knicks that we didn't get to see from the regular season. We already know everyone's counting this team out, all right? Not on KFTV, but a lot of people are counting this team out. But to see the grittiness of this team in the fourth quarter says a lot about what had to happen. And CK, I know you were hyped for your boy tonight. I know you were hyped for your boy tonight.
I was just waiting for you to say something about it.
I know you were hyped, man.
I was just waiting for you. You were saying names. I was waiting for a name to be said. I'm like, oh, you gonna skip? All right,
let me tell you something about Mikal Bridges tonight. Okay, that man didn't shoot the ball well, but he made big shots when needed. But defensively, and this is where you really got to watch the game. You look at the box score, you're like, this guy didn't have a good night. Yo, defensively, I mean, to seal the game the way, like, being rotated onto Tatum, Brown. We talk about all the assignments that he had tonight. They were trying to switch everybody out to Mikal Bridges to say if he was the weak link, and he wasn't. He was not tonight. All right? And to end the game with a steal where they got it into who? Oh, that's right. One of the Jays, right? One of the Jays. I can't even remember because it was so lit. People were chanting, "Let's go Knicks," as Celtics fans were exiting the arena. They were chanting, "Let's go Knicks," as Celtics fans were leaving the arena. Celtics fans were sad, man. They were flipping the bird, doing all that, crying out of the way. Don't care, man. Don't care. We chanted New York, "Let's go Knicks," all the way out, and that's all we did, man. That's all we did. Oh my God.
What's your record in Boston? What's your Knicks record in Boston? Just out of curiosity.
In overtime, I'm 3-0.
Damn. Oh yeah. What you doing on what you doing on
We got to go fund me.
Alex, what was the atmosphere in the arena when Brunson hit that second 3-point shot?
Yeah, right.
It got quiet real quick. It got quiet real quick. And you know what? They tried to start Brunson's a flopper. They tried to start all these chants like, oh, he's foul, all that stuff. But no, there was no traction on that. You want to know why? Because a lot of the chants out there are weak, man. It's weak. Absolute weak sauce.
They seem like it. They definitely seem like it.
I have some videos of just like chanting. It's like Celtics fans just like walking out of the arena. They're crying. They don't want to hear it. And we had the tunnel just chanting "Let's go Knicks" on the way out. And you could even Celtics fans had nothing to say. They didn't even try to push back. We took over the arena. We took over the arena.
We played your video, and I was noticing that. I'm like, I wonder if he cut it off. They really was just taking it, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Pause. But yeah, they were.
Wait, what he said, Alex?
Nothing.
They were taking it. That's what he said.
So they were taking it. Yeah, it's my fault. My fault, Boston. Hey, Boston. My fault, boss.
Hey, man. The Knicks answered a lot of questions. And to JD,
hold on, that's not worse than Alex Evan 40-1.
Oh, no. We're not going there. We're not going there tonight. But let me tell you something. To JD's point, and JD always brought this up, like getting ready with the physicality, because the Celtics weren't ready for that. I mean, the refs were trying to help them out in the end. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really a big refs guy, but there were some calls I'm like, you really going to call that one? There's some questionable calls, but to JD's point, like Knicks were so ready to play a physical ball game. I mean, even Josh Hart, man, he was a little overzealous in the first quarter, getting 2 quick fouls, but you saw that the intensity from what they did in Detroit, they were bringing that over. They learned from that. They saw, oh, okay, we can handle this tough, gritty gritty style. Can the Celtics handle that? So, man.
Sleep on our sponsor, man. Bear Mattress. Salute to our guys at Bear Mattress because they are offering 40% off site-wide for KFTV customers and KFTV viewers by using our code KFTV. And the best thing about Bear Mattress is that one, I'm actually about to jump on mine right now because I'm tired as hell. But the best thing about Bear Mattress is that, number one, they fit the mattress to your sleeping pattern and your sleeping style. So you go on bearmattress.com, you fill out their survey or their form, if you will, with your sleeping patterns. If you have any type of, aches, the way you sleep on your back, on your stomach, however you do that. And then they match you with the mattress that they have that is best for your style. So it's really a unique service there at Bear Mattress. And the one that I got was the hybrid, was the Elite Hybrid, and they sent that to me. And look, man, it's been doing very well for me. I've been getting straight sleep, because sometimes I wake up and all of that. But with Bear Mattress, man, I've been sleeping through the night, getting a lot of good rest. And so shout out to my guys over at Bear Mattress. Once again, use our code KFTV because they're giving you 40% off site-wide. All right, you're not getting that deal anywhere else. They were the winners of the Good Housekeeping Best Bedding Award of 2025. So Good Mattress, industry standard, and KFTV approved, man. Use our code KFTV at bearmattress.com for 40% off your order site-wide.